What's up, Richard Timmers here. Well, since we are in the month of March, lots of interesting movies to look forward to. So, here are my official top 10 anticipated movies coming out in the month of March. Alright, number 10, now I'm not really too excited for this one, but I'm mostly interested because, is directed by someone I do appreciate it on. And number 10 is The Woman in the Yard. Now, this is actually the new Blumhouse horror film. Now, I don't know if this is going to be good or not, but I do like the director, John Collet-Serra. He's done horror movies I enjoy, like, Orphan, House of Wax, The Shallows. And, of course, he most recently did Carry On Netflix. Of course, here you got Danelle Deadwire, who I still wish got an Oscar nomination for a piano lesson, but she should have got one for Till, but it is what it is, I guess. Now this is a Blumhouse horror film about Ramona who becomes crippled by grief after her husband dies in a car accident, leaving her to care for her two children alone in a rural farmhouse. Her sadness soon turns to fear when a spectral woman in black appears in her front lawn. And the little teaser that did drop for this does look pretty creepy, so I don't know. I- Is it going to be a Blumhouse hit or a Blumhouse mess? Well, how should I say? All right, number 9 is a film that's actually coming to Hulu, and this is actually one I've been interested in seeing whenever it was first announced. And it's a movie titled Odessa. Now, of course, the trailer for this, is out. It's directed by Jeremy Jasper, who directed this really nice little movie back in 2017 called Patty Cakes. Which, if you guys haven't seen Patty Cakes, do yourself a favor, go watch it. It's pretty much like a female 8 Mile, really. It's a really good one. Now, this movie stars Sadie Singh, Regina Hall, Kelvin Harrison Jr., and here's what it's about. A farm girl is on an epic quest to recover a cherished family heirloom. Her journey leads her to a strange and dangerous city where she meets her one true love, but in order to save his soul, she must put the power of destiny and song to the ultimate test. And the trailer for this does look really interesting. I like Sadie Singh. This looks like to be pretty good, so I'm interested in it. All right. Number 8 is the A24 horror film called Opus. Now, I have been hearing some mixed things about this. Hopefully, it'll still be good. Who knows? Now this does star Io DeBerry, from the Bear fame. And it's about a young writer who is invited to a remote compound of a legendary pop star who mysteriously disappeared 30 years ago. Surrounded by the star's code of psychopaths and intoxicated journalists, she finds herself in the middle of his twisted plan. Now, this, of course, stars like John Malkovich, Juliette Lewis, uh, Amber Midthunder, Murray Bartlett. Some interesting cast members. The trailer does look pretty creepy. I like Io DeBerry, so I'm hoping this is actually a A24 hit and not an A24 miss, but we'll see. Speaking of A24, by the way, number 7 is another A24 film coming out, and that is Death of a Unicorn. Now, this movie stars Paul Rudd and Jenna Ortega as father and daughter who accidentally hit and kill a unicorn while en route on a weekend retreat, where his billionaire boss seeks to exploit the creature's miraculous properties. Now, of course, this also has like Will Poulter, Taylor Leone, Richard E. Grant. The trailer for this does look interesting. Does look very weird, but interesting, to say the least. I like Jenna Ortega. I like Paul Rudd, so I'm hoping it's a good one, but it does look interesting. All right, number 6 is the Russo brothers' new film, The Electric State. Of course, this is the one that's coming to Netflix here. It's about an orphan teen who hits the road with a mysterious robot to find her long lost brother, teaming up with a smuggler and a wisecracking sidekick. Now, of course, you got like Millie Bobby Brown, speaking of Stranger Things, Chris Pratt, Woody Harrelson, Keith Kwan. The trailers for this has looked interesting. Like the Rooster Brothers. Does look like be an intriguing check out. All right, number five is The Alto Knights. Now, this is of course the new mafia film starring Robert De Niro playing twins here. Uh, or two characters. They're not really twins, but of course, again, stars De Niro as we're like two of New York's most notorious organized crime bosses, Frank Costello and Vito Genovese, vie for control of the city streets, and petty jealousies and a series of betrayals place them on a deadly collision course here. And of course, it is a mafia film. Of course, you got De Niro playing two characters. Top it off is from the same writers of Goodfellas, directed by Barry Levinson, who gave us Bugsy, Rayman. That there really piques my interest. The trailers for this have looked interesting, so uh, obviously I'm looking forward to see this one. All right. Number four is going to be controversy, and I don't care what you say. What the unpopular thing is. All right. Number four is Snow White. I'm sorry. I know the cool thing is to hate on the trailer and whatever. I, I think Snow White looks good. I mean, Rachel Zegler. Despite people like hating her or whatever, Rachel Zegler's awesome. West Side Story she was great in. Uh, yeah, I actually did not mind her in the recent Shazam. I think she's a really cool actress. So, and of course you got Gal Gadot's in this. I actually do quite like the look of the drawers. I think they look pretty interesting. So I don't know. Hopefully, it is a good one. It's. I mean, come on. It's directed by Mark Webb, who gave us the Amazing Spider-Man films. Co-written by Greg Gerwig. So I refuse to believe this movie is going to be terrible. So, but was it? All right. Number three is A Working Man. Now, this is a new Jason Statham film, directed by David Ayer, where Levin Kate left behind a decorated military career in the Black Ops to live a simple life, working construction. But when his boss's daughter, who is the family to him, is taken by human traffickers, his search to bring her home uncovers a world corruption for greater than he ever could imagine. And the trailer for this does look a lot of fun. Of course, you got Jason Statham reuniting with his Beekeeper director. David Harbour's in this. Micah Pena. How I mean, now Statham's like previous stuff like Meg 2, Expendables 4 wasn't good, but the Beekeeper was pretty decent. And I like David Ayer, so I'm really looking forward to that. All right. Number two is of course Mickey 17. Now, Mickey 17, of course, is the new Bong Joon Ho film, starring Robert Pattinson as Mickey Barnes, who is an expendable employee who is sent on a human expedition to colonize the ice world Niflheim. And of course, after one iteration dies, a new body is regenerated. Now, of course, you got like Mark Ruffalo, Tony Collette, Naomi Ackie. The trailers for this has looked interesting. I like Bong Joon Ho's work, so I'm really looking forward to this one. And my number one anticipated film of March is Novocaine. Now, this is of course the film starring Jack Quaid. Of course, this is where like a girl, where this everyday man, who actually cannot feel pain, which that's actually a real disease. Like I, I literally did not even realize that was a real life disease. But anyway, he of course has like the disease where he can't feel pain, and when like the girl of his dreams is kidnapped, he pretty much puts his like inability to feel pain to the test and you know to fight and win her back here. Of course, you got Amber Midthunder's in this. You also got Jacob Batalon, Betty Gabriel, some cool cast members. The trailers for this thing look so much fun, so I'm really looking forward to that. All right, and that's pretty much it. Here is my quick rundown. Number 10, Woman in the Yard. 9, Odessa. 8, Opus. 7, Death of a Unicorn. 6, The Electric State. 5, The Alto Knights. 4. Snow White. 3. A Working Man. 2. Mickey 17. And number 1, Novocaine. Now there are other stuff coming out in March. That could be interesting to check out too. Uh, Control Freak looks interesting. The Parenting. Blackback with Michael Fassbender. You know, the new Steven Soderbergh film. That could be interesting. Borderline with Samara Weaving. There's also The Day the Earth Blew Up, which that was actually my top anticipated films of February. But after I made that video, they announced that they delayed it to March. So I'm still looking forward to it, but I don't know. Hopefully it is a good one. But I mean, it is Looney Tunes, so obviously, no matter what, I will be watching that. Of course, you got Magazine Dreams with Jonathan Majors. Bob Trevenna Likes It, which is the new John Leguizamo film. That does look interesting. Lot with Bill Skarsgård. The Lifeless with Sophia Carson. Holland with Nicole Kidman. The trailer for that recently dropped. So lots of interesting stuff to look forward to here. Anyway, let me let you guys. What are some of your anticipated movies coming out in the month of March? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Simon Steiner.